miniature commercial vehicles. So, and very nice they are too. You'll see that they are what we call miniature vintage commercials, if you like, retro, whatever. They are a copy of what was in their day, and usually the person himself has got a young child, so they build a replica, say for the style of the machine that they had. And I can see something coming through. Got a Vulcan miniature lorry as well, I know that. I can see coming in now, we have a Scammell, a miniature Scammell, 1948 model, built in 1998, built on the chassis of a ride-on lawnmower. So there you go. Got the idea. The little blue one now that's coming just through the gate is a Scammell Highwayman miniature one. And you see the representation of the likeness, a very good likeness actually, done to scale. And behind that we have the guy, a little guy. Right, Vixen they call it, small tail lorry as he says. It's 3.5cc, built on a ride-on lawnmower again. There you go. The guy got those company, world famous first office lorries and buses and cars, yeah. Made in Wolverhampton obviously. And then you've got another rare one here. You do not see them about. I don't think there's one here today unless a Vulcan. We should have had one, or there's one about somewhere here. But you don't see many of them about. There's not many in preservation. The little Vulcan 6TX miniature lorry, which is number 3 in the list there, coming around. We just let them go out of the way now. The gallery is going back with it. A very old American lorry. So, and the next one on the Leyland, or a Sentinel then the Leyland, obviously, but waiting for the move on, get round the middle there. Yep, the first round is the open fronted white 3/4 ton lorry, William Galliard. Sorry, Ian Galliard, 1903. The exhibit name is produced, so the driver, Ian Galliard himself, imported from the US in its current condition. The service is checked over, but further restoration is planned. Okay, so that's your first large scale exhibit. And if the miniatures care to go into the centre of the arena and just park up for now, giving us plenty of space in the centre outward, that would be grand help. I don't know where my ringmaster is. Look around to manage the ring, or does supposedly manage the ring. None of us can help here. But if you can hear me, just if you drive into the centre of the ring, and park up for now, and we'll get the other lorries round you, alright? So if you make your way towards the centre of the ring, park up facing me and the commentator, grand job. There he is with his Vulcan, nippy little thing of Vulcan, 6PS they call them, with a Perkins B60, or an R6. And then the guy, Vixen, Wolverhampton made, and obviously Scammell made in Watford, Vulcan was made in Waystone with the Roots product, and then the guy was made in Wolverhampton. So there you go. There you go. Now then Ian Galliard again with his Sentinel. DB4. under internal combustion engine, or it'd be a central, made in Shrewsbury originally, underfloor engine in the centre of the vehicle. Mr. Adams from Shares Hill with his Leyland Badger, a bonneted Badger, new to a farmer in the Lichfield area from many years ago when it was new in 1932, and RF 9571, a nice stabbiture registration. Then we have William Onions with the Leyland Badger in the guise of W.H.E. Tanner, the wine and spirits distributed from Shrewsbury and that sort of thing. John restored this many years ago and put it in the colours of onions. Now, new to this event this year, Susan Ransom in the passenger seat. But why aren't you driving, young lady? You should be driving. There we go. From Coniston in Cumbria, the Leyland Beaver is in the hands of her husband, for the unfortunately died in 2014. The driver today is Mark Mavers, friend of the family, who works next door, looking after the Beaver. Now, Dick acquired this in 1971, Richard Ransom that was, and last exhibited in 2009 before being fully restored today. Took 14 years to go, and here today for one of his first outings. I think it's his second one actually, right. Little Morris commercial truck there going by, St Ollie Austin at it. Then of course the Albion K127 of Bill Cappers. I know this guy Vic Sand, or Vixen, belonging to Mr. W.A. Hughes, but in the hands of Mr. Tony Leading, he thoroughly restored this vehicle. It looks a real gem. Paul Bruton, a regular to me, comes round and have a look at his brewery lorry. Beverley Brothers Ales Limited, Eagle Brewery, Wakefield in Yorkshire. A brewery dray. So there you go. 12 tons actual gross weight, and the actual weight carried would only be 7 tons. Spent 20 years working at that. Paul Griffiths from Shrewsbury with his Leyland Badger. Used to be an X-ray unit, new in 1948 and pulled a trailer with a generator and worked most of its life in the north of England on what we call the TV campaign, X-ray TV. There you go, Mr. Fleet and family, with full turnout there from Transac in Osmond Street. Nice to see that. His Leyland Beaver, another 1948 model. Clifford Glen Ashley with various amounts of children as usual, and yeah, there we go. Anyway, first owned by that's a lovely old boat from S18 with a Manchester registration. It was owned by not all the Middleton, they were food and veg merchants from Manchester, and then owned by Walker's Fairground after that. And then Jeremy Bishop from Holmes Chapel, and then it was in the hands of Flynn's father, Cliff Ashley, since 1986. He's done up in what we call joint motorways colours, which has already disappeared anyway. Another one coming along now, which was, I've already talked about, jumped in the queue a bit. Ian Galley and his wife, 3/4 ton truck, which is just been brought over from America in the current condition it is. The further restoration is planned. And then again is Sentinel, the BV4. We're just following on behind. We have a bit of a log jam, but if you could tell them to go round and do an inner circuit of the showground to keep them going, I think that might be the best thing. Who's up there now that I can see? Oh, good. round again, it'll help. Just go in an inner circle. I'm not thinking in notes, if you're in charge of the ring, you should know better. Go round on an inner circle to the ones that are just coming in. And that would help a bit, so we don't get congested. So if you get on the inside of Thames Trader, Tony, fine then, keep going. Keep going. No need to stop and talk. Oh dear Tony, the rest are going out, never mind. Right, Guy Hopkins and his little Bedford next. EMST. Right, the Albion Chieftain FP37, the local hauliers, vehicle from new to David O. Jones and Son, Marsh Brook, spent his entire working life with the same family, hauling livestock to local markets. Made up to 56 years prior to restoration and completion in April 2002, and now owned by Kevin Stone from Little Hereford. Perfect example. They've kept every lorry I think they have on the farm, and there's a few more to be done yet, so watch this space. The David O. Jones was very, very large sheep farmers there, posted along with the graves, so they were big sheep people. Course that we missed the Bedford Cape lorry, belonging to Simon Wilson from Hereford. Belonging to the Bedford in 1951 model. Then Clive Tex with his Comet 90 with a dray body on in the colours of Butlers Brewery, operated at Springfield Brewery, Wolverhampton until 1966, then passing to H. Jones Transport in Muxwenlock. I believe that's where it was found. Mr. Moore with his Bedford, MAW. Mr. Moore from Sheffield, South Yorkshire. A Bedford OSBT tipper. New to a foundry in Leeds and restored in 2003. 3.5 year restoration. And then back to what it is today in 2007. Sticking with the Bedford theme, we have a 1953 S-type Bedford, red and black. In other words, black chassis was standard when they came from the manufacturer, Bedford's at Luton. The Dunstable there where they make the lorries. It's an XAFS, which is obviously military or the War Office those days. Restored from a poor condition, and there you go. And of course, Fordson Thames ET6 owned by Robert Walker from Holyhead Road, Oaken Gates. The Albion belonging to British Road Services as it was, restored in their colours. Nice Chieftain. Then Nigel Wilde's Dodge 3145, standard little workhorse, either a Leyland engine or an AC engine in it, or a Perkins, a Dorothy Perkins engine in this case, owned by, as I say, Nigel Wilde, from regularly coming to the area of Shropshire for road runs, and our rally from Matlock in Derbyshire, very nice condition. Nev Peach S20 Foden with the living quarters on the back. It's only 6 ton unlaid, 150 brake horsepower engine. Didn't tell me what's in it, but could either be a Foden engine or a Gardner engine. 1959 category, that one. Tim Bolton with his Thames Trader. Bought in 2006 for restoration and completed in 2014. And this is the registration number on this. Right, are we moving? Yes, we're moving now, that's all right then. I was just instructing the 5646RE, statutory registration, not in demonstrating the sort of vehicle I am. And then Tony Leading's little driving St. made in Wolverhampton, pre-war, belonged to a scrap iron merchant in New Invention, Wolverhampton. And then we got a Foden S21, 100 horsepower Gardner engine, I presume in that, by the brick. Used to be owned by the railways. 1633RE, registered in Staffordshire. Then Mr. Devine's Dodge 3145, same as Nigel Miles from Matlock, with an LAD cab. Just mention the LAD cab. LAD stands for Leyland, Albion and Dodge. They all have very similar cabs, but different grills. This one was originally built as a road tractor. And then Sean Griffiths with his A series, FE series, still a very rare looking one. Used to be a furniture removal one. And then Thames Trader belonging to Andy Price from Condover, Shrewsbury. Thames Trader, first owner was a builder in Instock, then bought by a garage and we restored it in 1990 for a long restoration there. Lewis Weaver's S-Type Bedford, there, in working order. Bought from the Peterborough area and used to work there on hauling sugar beets and fertiliser farms. Just a note about Lewis Weaver. He's our section secretary for this section, looking after commercials. And his father died only 4 years ago, but Bert Weaver would have been 102 today, the latest birthday. And he's been in business for 72 years. That's the business of C.A. Weaver and Son. So there you go, there's a little bit of nostalgia. Bert Weaver always used to come to the rally, bring the vehicles to his son. There Lewis is doing it now and looking after the commercials. A fitting tribute to that man. Right, that's Lewis for that one. Then we've got Fluid Ellis Transport. We did miss the AEC mandate, a rare one that, because it's a four-wheeler. Belonging to Graham Miller, Mello, and it was part of an MOD order, but never delivered. Sat in Central for 4 years before going to the Road Research Authority for a further 4 years, then brought out that. They were usually made for that. Anyway, moving on now. Comma belonging to Fluid Ellis. We just mentioned that, DY467C, right, Anglesey registration number. Looks we're not bringing it somewhere. The side standing with his camel, and the Ford Thames Trader, with the living van on going by me now. Only like Gordon Chance from Bromsgrove, very nice looking one. After that, coming along, we've got a change of make all together now. The TS3, the C-Type Comet, KFK 665D, new to Midshire's farmers in Worcestershire. Removed the tipper and body and fitted a Thorns Force box body, which was in the Swain family and built in 1957 at Swain at Thorns of Dorrington. So there you go. And living accommodation as well. Hope you're keeping well. And Paul Wilson with his Ford D series, 10-ton flat back lorry, as he said, restored by its present owner. Typical of the small lorry, beaver tail at the back, carrying all sorts of implements or plant hire stuff or what have you. A real little workhorse. Every big haulier had a smaller one which would either be a Ford or a Bedford. Ford D-Series or a Bedford, always the way. Just waiting for one to appear now. I thought he was. Another one of Lewis Weaver's, the Albion Chieftain Tipper, restored in 2006 in the CA Weaver colours. That's Bert Weaver, very known. A drop-side tipper. You've got a very, very versatile vehicle. A very popular in its day. LED cab again. Another one behind, I think the only one here today, is a Seddon diesel 13.4. This was used until 71, then parked up and bought by present owner Mr. Lee Dunn in 2016. It's only done 27,000 miles, so there you go. Not much else on that, but a G-Vec, we could make it 68 prior to the amalgamation between Atkinson and Seddon, which became Seddon Atkinson. So there you go. That's a bit of a lock jam. Lorry's holding us up as usual, but it's never usually that. There'll always be a caravan or a camper in the